Henrik Mkhitaryan is a national hero in Armenia. Everybody knows him, whether they love football or not.
We have seen through history that there were players like Maradona and Eusebio which were treated like gods in their home countries. Mkhitaryan is something like that deal for Armenians. He is like a symbol, national pride.
To understand how big he is here, in the last National Assembly elections, one of voters added his name to the list of candidates and voted for him, so he's a really hero in this country.
Who's more famous in Armenia, you or the Kardashians?
I don't know. It depends from which side you're looking. I don't know, I cannot say. No, I would say I would not answer in a different way, but I won't.
Really, it's not hard to see why Henrik Mkhitaryan is a big deal back home in Armenia. He's their record goalscorer, has raised the country's profile and given the nation a presence at the elite level of the world game. But it's been a long and winding road to the top. Although most football fans will have become aware of Mkhitaryan after his spells at Borussia Dortmund and Man United, he began honing his talents in football's spiritual home, Brazil. Something that would help him in more ways than one later down the line in his career.
So my Armenian team has decided to sign a contract with the Brazilian team, São Paulo. The main thing was that we have to swap players, 3 players from Armenia, 3 players from Brazil. So we went to Brazil for 4 months and I've learned many interesting things. The football culture in Brazil, the just general culture, the way that the people were thinking about football, how they were dreaming, how they were living, about everything. And it helped me a lot, and I had really a big pleasure being there and having part of my football career in Brazil. My first Ukrainian team, Metal Donetsk, before Shakhtar Donetsk, it was the same city but another club. And being 1 year in Metal Donetsk, I had the opportunity to go to Shakhtar Donetsk. They were the biggest favorite in the Ukrainian Premier League, winning the league. They were playing every year in Champions League, so I said, let's try this opportunity and let's go there.
In Mkhitaryan, we had a player, a rising star, who tried to develop himself and succeeded. And following his footsteps was something to cheer for.
Many players from Armenia move to Russian, Ukrainian clubs and make their career, but there was only him that make big moves to Shakhtar Donetsk, to Borussia Dortmund and English Premier League.
I remember the day that news was coming, that the deal was getting ready, and when it was announced that Mkhitaryan is the world record signing for Dortmund, the country went mad. Everybody were talking about Mkhitaryan and his transfer to Dortmund, and it was something special, something to remember.
Sometimes we were playing 2 in a back, 2-3 midfielders, and the rest was up front, waiting to score the goals. Winning nearly every game, 4-0, 5-0, 3-0. We were playing very offensively, and everyone was getting excited the way that we were playing. It was really fun to play in Dortmund with those fans, the crazy ones.
He is a man like us, and everybody here knows that he can become a big man like Mkhitaryan.
With the famous star he is still a humble guy, and you can talk to him and he will not look like he is a star or behave like a star. He is very close to his fans, and that's the most amazing part of him. That's what brings the fans closer to him.
He has intellectual understanding of football. He plays with passion. He plays with thinking his every step. So this is why we love his game.
I would say I'm a team player. I would say I'm a player who thinks too much on the pitch, who tries to do his best during the game, during every training, and to help the team.
I remember that day we were in a pub with football fans and we were playing a football quiz, and in that moment we have seen people go mad, and there was his scorpion kick goal. We have watched that replay for many times.
It was just by one click. It came by itself. So I just let it flow. I just thought, okay, let's try, because if I would miss, no one would say anything.
Is it the best goal you've ever scored?
It is.
still nobody wants to mention that offside, and what it will be something that I'm surely going to show to my grandchildren.
After swapping the northwest of England for North London, Arsenal supporters are keen to see him peak at the Emirates, while fans across the world are loving seeing him in the same team as Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang again.
It's amazing to be reunited with Aubameyang because I've spent 3 good years with him in Dortmund, and I'm very happy to be here with him again. I hope the connection will work as it was working in Dortmund, and hopefully we have still lots of games and lots of years in front of us.
Maybe he's not as famous as Kardashians through the world, but the influence he has, the meaning he has for this country is much more than Kardashians. I mean, the Kardashians have developed themselves through reality show, and they are not such an Armenian representatives through world. But Mkhitaryan is something of national pride.
In Armenia he is bigger because Kardashians were grown in USA, but Henrik Mkhitaryan is one of us. He grew up here. You can just meet him on the streets. You could be his classmate, so his influence in Armenia is bigger.
We have had a long history of being under any empire or something like that, and that history develops a mentality. So through that mentality, players like this give something to believe in.